It's another delicious day here in the Ginger's kitchen, and today we're gonna make some butternut sausage stuffed shells. So here's what you need.
For the sauce, you'll need 1 small butternut squash, 3 tablespoons honey, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, 1 teaspoon kosher salt, 1 teaspoon fresh cracked pepper, 1 cup heavy cream, and a cup of chicken broth or vegetable broth. I happen to have turkey today, so I'm gonna use that. For the stuffing, you'll need 1 pound of mild Italian sausage, 4 ounces of baby bella mushrooms, chopped, 1/2 yellow or white onion, chopped, 2 cups of spinach. This is not baby spinach, so I've torn it up. You could also use baby spinach, 3 cloves of garlic, 15 ounces of ricotta cheese, 1 egg, 1/4 cup shredded Parmesan cheese.
So I've already cooked my pasta al dente. It is rinsed and cooled. I did my butternut squash ahead of time in another recipe. It is the same recipe, so I'm going to use what I have left over for this dish. So you can go back and watch that video. I'll put a link, but the instructions are also down below in the description of this video, so you can take a look. So the next thing I want to do is skip ahead and start working on our stuffing. I need to saute my garlic and my mushrooms, get them about 4 minutes so that our onions are translucent, and then we'll toss in our sausage and get that cooked through till it's pink. I've got my cooktop heating up, and I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to that pan. Okay, it's almost time to add our sausage. I will put a link down below on how to make your own Italian sausage blend. Okay, while our sausage is cooking, we can go ahead and start finishing our sauce. Since I've already got my squash cooked, I'm going to put it all in the blender here. And I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. You could use half and half too if you don't want it to be quite so heavy. All right, and then I need 1 cup of your chicken stock, vegetable stock, turkey stock. It's up to you on what you want to use. Okay, and this is my home canned stuff. I've made my own stock. I'll put a link down to that recipe too. You know I'm all about home cooking and making everything from scratch where it makes sense to do so. So there we are. Okay, I'm just gonna put on the lid and we're gonna puree this, and then that's it for the sauce. Now, when you check your consistency for your sauce, this is where you can make an adjustment. If you'd like it to be a little thinner, if you don't like your sauce quite so thick, feel free to add a little bit more heavy cream, or you could add broth. My suggestion would be to add some broth. All right, so the next thing I want to do is pour about half my sauce, a good layer, into the bottom of this pan. We're going to spread it out, and that's going to be what our shells lay on top of. And of course, we will add more to the top of our shells once we've stuffed them. So this step is ready to go. So as we stuff our shells, we can just put them right in the pan. The sausage is cooked through, so now I'm going to add the garlic and I'm going to add the spinach. I'm only going to cook it for about a minute, and then I'm going to pull it all off and let it cool, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, this is done, and it smells so good in here. I am starving now. I wasn't hungry when I started making this, and now I'm just starving because it smells so good. We'll let that cool, and then we're gonna put in our cheese, our egg, and get our shells stuffed. And I'm gonna turn on my oven to 400 degrees to preheat right now. All right, my oven's preheated. This is cooled enough, so let's get to work. We're gonna put in the entire 15 ounces of ricotta cheese here. All right, 1 whole egg, and our Parmesan cheese. So we're just gonna get this all mixed up. Now we can start filling our shells, and I'm just gonna take a spoon and fill them up so that they look about like this, and I'm gonna stick it in my dish. Rinse and repeat until they're all done. All right, so this dish is full. I am going to make another batch, and I'm gonna freeze it for another meal. So that is something you can absolutely do. Just make sure that you seal it really tightly, and then when you go to cook it, thaw it out and follow the same directions. I almost forgot to put more sauce on it, so I'm gonna put more sauce on the top of it, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna bake it for about 25 minutes. I'm gonna add a little more Parmesan cheese and bake it for about another 5 minutes before we take it off let it cool for about 5 more minutes, and then we're ready to eat. All right, it is baked and done. It smells so good. So I'm gonna take some shells and put them here in my dish. Trying to do it without knocking them all over, should be all right. Oh, delicious. Get another one in here with some more sauce. All right. The next thing is just to take the rest of the sauce that was underneath those shells and just kind of place it around your dish. So you've got plenty of sauce. And that's it. Pasta shells, done and delicious. I really like this dish because it's chock full of vegetable with that squash and the spinach and the mushroom. But it's so delicious you don't even really notice that it's healthier for you. And it's possible that the butternut squash has an anti-inflammatory property. I've read that that could be a thing. It's not really scientifically proven, but I'll take it. Oh my God. This is so good. Creamy, delicious. The sausage comes out. You're like halfway through your chew and then you're like, oh, there's the sausage. It's so good, you guys. Give this a try. Is there something you'd like to learn how to make? Tell me what it is down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me here today in the Ginger's Kitchen. Have a delicious day.
That's one boy puppy.